All right, everyone, welcome back. I am so excited for today's deep dive
Me too.
because we are tackling something
Mm.
that I think literally every single person listening to this can relate to,
Yeah.
which is the struggles of packing a suitcase.
The bane of everyone's existence, right?
Oh my gosh, especially like if you're going on like a longer trip or you're trying to fit everything into a carry-on, it's like
It's the worst.
you're playing Tetris in there.
It really is.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about compression packing cubes, which we actually found some really cool resources on this, a podcast script with a ton of great tips, and then also a really visual YouTube video that like actually shows you how to use them.
It's super helpful.
So yeah, I'm going to dive deep into those, and hopefully by the end of this, you will be like a packing cube master.
Like you'll never go back.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll convert everyone you know.
Yeah. So let's start by just like acknowledging the struggles that we all face when it comes to packing.
Okay.
Obviously, space is like the #1 issue,
Yeah.
right?
Always not enough of it.
Never enough. And then also like trying to keep things organized so that when you get to your destination, you're not like dumping your entire suitcase out on the hotel room floor
Yeah.
just to find like one pair of socks.
Oh, yeah. Or like living out of your suitcase the whole time because it's just a disaster in there.
Ugh, the worst. Okay, so compression packing cubes. How do these magical little things help us solve these problems?
Well, they really are kind of magical when you think about it. So, like you said, the biggest problem is space.
Mm-hmm.
And these cubes, what they do is they use compression technology and like a special double zipper system to basically squeeze all the air out of your clothes.
Okay.
So it's like vacuum sealing, but without the vacuum.
Interesting.
And that alone can reduce the volume of your clothes by like up to 80%.
What, 80%?
Yeah, crazy, right?
That's wild. So
Ah.
you're telling me like I could potentially fit twice as much stuff
Potentially, yeah.
into the same suitcase.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
It's game-changing.
And then on top of that, they come in all these different sizes,
Mm.
which is awesome. So you can have like tiny ones for your socks and underwear,
Yeah.
medium ones for shirts and pants, and then even larger ones for bulkier things like sweaters or jackets.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because I was picturing like just one size.
Yeah, no, they have a whole system.
And you're like trying to cram everything
Yeah.
into this one cube.
Yeah, it's like having a set of drawers, but for your suitcase.
Okay. I like that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So we talked about the space saving aspect, but what about organization?
Right.
Because like I said, I don't want to be that person who's like rummaging through their suitcase for 20 minutes just to find like a phone charger.
Nobody wants to be that person.
Right. So how do these cubes help us stay organized?
Well, it's all about creating a visual system. Like instead of just throwing everything in your suitcase haphazardly,
Right.
you assign each cube a category.
Okay.
So like one cube for tops, one for bottoms, one for underwear. You could even have a dedicated cube for workout gear if you're into that.
Oh, smart.
And then, because a lot of these cubes have mesh panels,
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
you can actually see what's inside each one without
do.
having to open it up.
So you're not like unzipping and zipping a million different cubes.
Exactly. It's like peekaboo organization.
I love it.
It's so satisfying.
Okay, so in the YouTube video, they actually show a bunch of different ways to like pack using the cubes.
They do.
So what is like the best method? Should we be rolling our clothes,
Yeah.
folding them? Like what's the secret?
So they actually compare rolling versus folding.
Okay.
And generally speaking, rolling is going to give you the most compression, especially for softer garments like t-shirts.
Okay.
You just want to make sure you're rolling them tightly and evenly like a little burrito.
Okay, little clothing burritos.
Exactly.
I can picture it.
But for things like dress shirts where you don't want wrinkles,
Right.
it might be better to fold them using a packing folder and then put that in the cube.
Okay, so it kind of depends on the type of clothing.
Yeah, you got to use your judgment.
All right, and then what about like different types of trips? So let's say I'm going on a weekend getaway versus like a 2-week vacation.
Right.
Do I need to like adjust my packing cube strategy?
Absolutely. So for shorter trips, you could probably get away with just a couple of medium-sized cubes.
Okay.
But for longer trips, you might want to use a combination of different sizes
Right.
and maybe dedicate specific cubes for different categories, like outfits for certain activities or even like outfits for each day of the week.
Wow, you're getting really advanced.
Yeah, if you want to get really organized, you can go all out.
Okay, so like I'm already seeing how these cubes can help save space and stay organized. But are there any other like packing tips or tricks that we can glean from these resources?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of good ones.
Okay.
One that I thought was really smart is to pack heavier items like shoes or toiletries at the bottom of your suitcase near the wheels.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it helps with weight distribution.
Makes sense.
And it also prevents those heavier items from crushing your clothes. Another good tip is to think about the order you'll need things.
Okay.
So pack the items that you'll need first, like maybe your pajamas or a change of clothes for the plane,
Right.
on top or in an easily accessible cube.
Okay, that's smart because I always end up like digging through my entire suitcase
Yeah, nobody wants to do that,
to find the one thing they need.
especially after a long flight.
Exactly.
And then in terms of like maximizing compression and preventing wrinkles.
Yeah, because those are two things I'm always struggling with.
Definitely. So first of all, don't be afraid to really fill those cubes up.
Okay.
The more you can pack in, the better they'll compress.
Okay.
And for wrinkle-prone items, try using packing folders.
Okay.
Or you can place a sheet of tissue paper between folded garments.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it helps prevent those crease lines.
What about like a steamer? Do you recommend traveling with one?
Oh, yeah. A small travel-size steamer can be a lifesaver,
Okay.
especially if you're going somewhere where you'll need to look presentable. You can just quickly freshen up your clothes upon arrival.
Perfect. Okay, so it really sounds like compression packing cubes are like the ultimate packing hack.
You really are.
They save space, they help you stay organized,
Stress reduction.
and ultimately just make traveling so much less stressful.
Yeah, you've got everything contained and under control.
Right, exactly. And like you said earlier, less time packing means more time actually enjoying your trip.
Exactly.
You know, I've got to admit, I used to be a little skeptical of packing cubes.
Really?
I thought they were kind of like a fad or like maybe only for like super organized people.
Yeah.
But now I'm totally on board.
Convert.
Yeah, I could already picture myself like arriving at my destination and just effortlessly pulling out a perfectly organized cube.
And feeling so smug.
Yeah, and being like, I got this.
You're like a packing ninja.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's not just about the cubes themselves, right?
Right.
It's about like adopting a more mindful and strategic approach to packing in general.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah. And that actually brings us to our final thought for today.
Okay, I like this.
What if we took these principles of compression and organization and applied them to other areas of our lives?
Ooh.
So like what about our closets, our desks, even our cars?
It's like Marie Kondoing your whole life.
Like imagine if we could bring that same level of efficiency and order
Yeah.
to everything we do.
That would be amazing.
Right. So that's something to think about.
I like it.
And in the meantime, if you're planning your next trip,
Yes.
definitely give compression packing cubes a try.
You won't regret it.
Experiment with different methods. Find what works best for you.
And unleash your inner packing ninja.
Exactly. All right. That's it for today's deep dive.
Until next time.
We'll see you later.
Bye.